In Rhode Island, there's a lot of great resources. One of them is Narragansett Bay. There's an organization, Save the Bay. Let's find out who they are and what they do.
Ryan, how long have you been with Save the Bay?
Well, I've been working with Save the Bay for about 15 years now.
Well, and what is your job with the organization?
Well, with them I do outreach work. I'm the director of outreach there, and we do quite a bit of interesting and fun things.
As?
Such as, well, we're putting together this No Child Left Inside Act, which Jack Reed is helping us out with. And basically what that's doing is teaching kids in schools about Save the Bay through our Rhode Island programs anyway. And the way that's working is if you have like an environmental science class or an earth science class, instead of spending that time in the classroom and just reading about it or seeing pictures of it, we're actually out in the field on the bay looking at the different things that are going on.
That's great.
We all know about the organization Save the Bay. We've all heard of it. But let's speak to some local Rhode Islanders and see what they know about the organization.
I know that they're responsible for the depollution of the Narragansett Bay. I know their base operations, if you want to say that, is in Narragansett.
Well, I know they're trying very hard to clean up the water in the bay.
Save the Bay is a non-for-profit organization that's dedicated their mission to everything about the bay in terms of cleanliness of the bay, the wildlife, and things that will make a better quality of life for all Rhode Islanders.
Not too much. I do not know that much about Save the Bay. Like, I've heard about it maybe 1 or 2 times in my life.
What I know about Save the Bay is that it's an organization that is in the business of the preservation of Narragansett Bay.
So, Ryan, how could we inform more people of Save the Bay?
Well, we have a lot of programs going on right now. A couple of student outreach programs. One's called No Child Left Inside, which is a good program. And what that basically does is it gets kids out to parks and beaches and all sorts of things. So whereas you may have been standing or sitting in a classroom before, now there's an environmental science class that's outside, maybe at the beach or at the park, and actually taking in the environment. It's more hands-on, and the kids seem to like it a whole lot.
Earlier today, there was a press conference held by the Save the Bay organization. It was pretty interesting. Let's take a look.
I'm here to talk to you about salt marsh restoration. Among factors that influence the health and future of Narragansett Bay is the condition of the watershed's remaining salt marshes. Save the Bay works with communities and community groups to protect and restore salt marshes. This critical habitat is constantly being threatened by poor resource management and neglect. The salt marshes we see today began forming in coves and protected harbors approximately 3,500 years ago. The extent of salt marsh destruction is difficult to determine, but consider that much of downtown Providence and Quonset Point are built on filled coastal wetlands. In a single decade, property developers filled 10% of Rhode Island's coastal wetlands larger than 40 acres in size. Based on 1996 aerial photographs, there are 3,700 acres of salt marsh remaining in the bay, estimated only 50% of the coastal wetlands that existed at the time of European colonization.
I heard there's a specialty license plate for Save the Bay. How does that help Save the Bay?
There are bonus proceeds that go to Save the Bay, of course. That money is used to help clean the bay up and keep it clean. I believe the license plate costs $41.50, so it's not too much more than a typical license plate, and it goes to a very good cause.
Now, where can I get one of those license plates?
At the DMV.
I think we've all learned a lot about Save the Bay today. And if you need more information, head to their website at www.savethebay.org, because we can all do our part to help save the bay.